replace it.
Do you mind?
No, it's just regular menthol. It's like no special flavor.
I was gonna try it. That's why.
No, yeah, you can go ahead. I'm just saying it's nothing special. It's pretty smooth though.
Yeah, you can't add anything to that, dude.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I was making sure.
I just bought this and that at the same time because like I think this was like grape and I wanted to smoke something grape.
Most gas
Here
stations.
I get an empty cartridge in there. I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
Gas stations that sell that normally sell both pieces, so they probably have the other piece for like $30.
Like the battery part. Yeah.
And you have to.
I had one of these before though. This is an Enjoy. I had one like this, but it was like tropical flavor, like fruity.
Oh yeah, dude.
And it was so good.
That's how I got started on vaping. Was them right there.
Really?
So palindrome is basically race car spelled forward, and race car is spelled the same forward and backwards.
That's actually what a palindrome is.
So that would be true.
So did Andy tell you about my interview, dude?
No.
I have an interview on Tuesday for C#/Ruby position, and I did not know C# and Ruby.
Oh shit, I don't know Ruby. But...
And I told them that on the first interview. I was like, so what are you guys looking for? They're like, oh, we're looking for, someone that can do like C#, maybe a little bit Ruby. I'm like, you okay?
Yeah, I just went down the wrong line.
Okay. I know like the basics of them, but that's literally all. And I'm like, oh, okay. I BS with them for a while, like a long ass time, and they seemed to be like super into me. But I was like, I literally just told them I don't know jack shit about what they want, so I doubt I'm gonna get a call back. But they called me back, and they're like, hell yeah, we want you to come in. And I talked to the guy that got me the interview. Apparently they were like so impressed by everything else. They're like, yeah, we need him come in now.
Yeah, I mean, if they think you're willing to learn new stuff and,
Well, try to do this, Jason.
Okay, so, alright, let me read this one more time.
Are you streaming right now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Where's it? Am I being recorded?
Yeah.
Where? Is there a camera?
There's no camera there.
Oh,
There's
okay.
audio.
Alright, so, let's see here. It says, given a string, check if it is a palindrome. Example, for input string equals AABAA, the output should be check palindrome. Input string equals true. For input string equals ABAC, the output should be check palindrome. Input string equals false. For input string equals A, the output should be true. Okay.
I could actually do this.
Yeah, so... Okay. So, could I just do like a case statement? Would that be like...
Just whatever you think.
Okay.
A case statement?
Yeah, it's like an if statement basically, but it's like, hold on, let me see.
Like a switch statement.
Yeah, it's a switch, yeah. So that's what I meant switch statement for.
I mean, do whatever you think.
Okay, let me do the function. So we're gonna do, so we're outputting a string. So return type would be string. Check. Oh, I got IntelliSense. That's nice.
Right. Sublime Text doesn't have that shit.
What?
That's a Sublime Text doesn't have that shit.
And
Is this Sublime
raging
trash?
Because I made him use Sublime.
Dude, I was using. I'll let you do that, but I was using your Sublime Text today. I'm like.
Is it switch or is it? Yeah, I think it's switch. Is it switch
Don't
in
help
C#?
him.
I can't say anything.
Can't help you out, man.
There's multiple ways to do it.
Why is it showing up red? Does that mean something?
No, that's fine.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just how it is.
Switch.
That's just a little-
Alright. So. Where's your end? Whatever. I'm seeing.
Hey Andy, I was talking to the guy that got me the interview about pay and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be looking at probably starting off at 60K.
Oh, dude.
I'm not upset about all being. I'm not a senior developer, and definitely not senior in C#.
Well, my cousin, she's a mid-level developer, and she's making 80K. So imagine, like, if you were a senior developer, you'd probably be making close in the hundreds.
It depends, but
Because, like, senior developers can actually make as much as managers.
one of
maybe
my
even more.
senior developer friends that worked at Cyber with me before he quit was making 115K
No,
salary.
we want to return
And
a
then he
pool.
decided
What
it
am I
was
doing?
too much work and decided to quit. And they basically begged him by taking his salary all the way up to, like, I think he said 135K.
Yeah.
So like literally adding another 20K on top of his paycheck, and he's still like, no.
Okay, I might just do
And he
if
started as a
statements.
node
Fuck it,
developer,
I'm just
by
gonna do
the
if
way.
statements.
Yeah.
He started as a node developer and came in to do C#.
How do I? Okay, so I want to become
No.
eventually.
Oh my
like
God.
honestly, I did Node a while ago, and I kind of forget. You ever do that? You learn something, and you just like, fuck, I forget all this. And no.
No, I'm kidding, but
Well,
yeah.
a lot. I feel like a lot of people do. Like
Yeah,
with,
most people do,
with
including
Node,
me.
well, with Node, there's Express, there's Morgan parser, there's body parser, there's all these packages that you use for Node. I guess it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, this is
No
really.
one expects you to have it memorized.
Yeah, but I do love Node. I like Node, and right, the only thing that's holding me back from getting better at Node is I need to finish this Angular tutorial, and it's fucking rich. I hate Angular 4, dude. It's just like Angular 4 is meant for big applications. It's meant for huge applications, where React, you can use it for big applications and small applications. Like there's so much going on in Angular 4 that it's just like, I mean, with Laravel there's so much going on too, but not as much as Angular 4.
I told you what's holding you back before, dude.
But the only reason I'm learning Angular 4 is just in case I get this job, and I don't know if I will or not because I'm competing against one other guy, but let's see, man.
You need to become a JavaScript guru, like hard code
Yeah.
JavaScript.
Yeah.
And you also need
That's
to...
what I was doing. Actually, you know what? I've never written that Hangman game in vanilla JavaScript. I always did it in jQuery.
Whenever you
So
go
that's
to...
why I was like, I gotta do it in JavaScript.
Alright, what
Whenever you
about.
go to do
what
it, you'll
now?
see how tough it
Is that it?
You have to
I was
run-
gonna do a
run
switch
the
statement,
test.
but fuck
You
it, I
have to
just
run
did a
the
regular.
test.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
But yeah. Looks like you got some.
Oh, it already had the friggin' function definition written out for me. That's fucking stupid. Alright, let me hear that.
I actually saw that, but Andy said not
Yeah.
to say anything, so I was like, ah.
Alright, let's see. The name input does not exist. Okay. Whoops. That would be right there. God damn it. Yeah, I had a few drinks earlier tonight, so I don't know why I can't.
Yeah,
God
but
damn. There you go.
I do want to become a JavaScript guru, and
Why not shit?
that's why I want to get into Node. Because like I've messed around with PHP. I messed around with what else was it back in line?
Okay, so
I'm basically like, since I'm still kind of
what
like
does it want the
kind
other?
of new. I'm
Yeah.
not like entirely new because I've been like, I'm just pretty much trying to like experience everything
Yeah.
and see what it's like, and then try to figure out what I want to actually specialize in. And I figure I want to specialize in React, Node, just React, Node, everything Node and React related.
Until you start adding the coding languages, you sound like a 13-year-old. That's kind of like in the middle, much size kind of. Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
wait,
like,
I see.
No,
something else
I
going
It's
on.
like
I
you-
completely get you.
Like
there.
you can try to like be, what's it called? You can try to what's it called? You can know everything but be a master of nothing, right?
Alright,
But
I'm
for
gonna
me,
redo all
I
this.
want to be a master
Those
at.
words.
I want to be good at what I want to be good at.
Specialization is always what will get you more money. Always. And even
I mean, yeah, I could learn a little bit of everything, but like the thing is, that's not what I really want to do. I just want to like just become a Node JavaScript.
and that's right. That's what you should do, dude.
Yeah. I like React. I just don't like how it uses JSX. That's the only downside to React, because I feel like that's the only thing that's kind of holding it back a little bit.
But the senior developer I was just talking about that came in as like a Node developer, and they asked him to do C# stuff. He managed to learn C# in like literally less than a week.
Yeah.
It's all because he knew object-oriented programming. Once you know object-oriented programming, from there it's just knowing like the right
Just gonna reverse
words,
it and check to see if it's
Yeah.
the right
the
words and syntax.
Yeah. Basically.
So the best way to do it is just do JavaScript, become a god at JavaScript, and while you're doing that, learn about closures.
Is a closure just a function within a function or something? What is a closure?
I mean, kind of a function within a
So-
function.
Can you draw it out for me, or you're not feeling it?
I mean, it's gonna look like a function within a function, but there's a purpose to it. So, does this go back on here? Hey, it does. Look at that. Let's say we have x equals to 8, y is a constant equal to 9. I'm going to just like shorthand everything because I'm lazy.
J-Wall doesn't believe in this. I don't know why he always tries to argue about this, but I always, whenever I do these, maybe Tom, you can hear me from downstairs, but I always talk to my duck. Honestly, it works, man. I talk to my duck. He tells
Dude,
me the
that's
answer.
fucking weird.
It's not weird. It works.
It works.
I guess it
It's
helps
proven
you
that it
think.
works, dude.
Okay, so what is this going to
Helps you
return?
think.
Holy shit, you read like a 3rd grader.
I am not good with a marker.
That's how you do that.
No, dude, you just make a 3.
No, dude. That's not what it looks like.
So what's that going to? What's that function going to output at
Actually,
the end of the day?
is it cool if I just like rewrite this? Okay, so x is equal to 8, right?
Yep.
And then const means this is never changing because that's ES6. I thought you didn't know ES6.
That's in vanilla JavaScript.
Yeah, const. Is that in vanilla JavaScript? I
Yeah.
thought that was added to ES6.
I mean,
Fun.
maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember ever using ES6.
Let's see. And then I'm guessing your console logging. I'll just do CL for short. X. And then you have another function in there. Fuck.
Actually,
Length.
I want to add a step to this because I think I fucked up my code here. Okay.
I'll just try to read yours. Sorry. Okay, so x is 8, const y is equal to 9. And right now you have a function right here, and this closes right here, looks like. And then you have a variable in between these two functions. And then within this function is z log.
Alright, so.
And then you're returning, is this z?
Yep.
Okay. So you're returning log y.
That's inside the function, inside the other function.
Actually, can you explain what log y is?
I was writing log short for console.log.
Oh, okay. So basically, z is basically just equal to y, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just do that. So it makes it a little bit easier for me to try to understand. Okay, so z is now equal to whatever is passed into here. And whatever you pass into there, z is now equal to x. Right? So, let's see here. And then you call another function is automatically called.
I'll give you a hint. You have a 50-50 shot of getting this answer right.
And you have function, and then you have that, and then z is equal to y. So I feel like if I don't know what z is, how am I gonna reassign that to whatever? Let's say I'm just assuming z is equal. I'm just assuming z is equal to 2, just for my brain to understand that. So then you're reassigning.
That's a z inside of there.
This is a z?
Yeah. All the 2's are z's.
Okay. Okay, so z, and then you're reassigning it to x, right? And this, I'm guessing using var here. So this is a global variable. So z is now equal to x. So x is now equal, x is 8. So, so what's a y? Y is 9, but y can't be reassigned. I'm pretty sure y can't be reassigned down here.
That's not reassigning.
Z is equal to y.
That would be changing these.
Oh, you're changing z into y.
So right there, z would be equal to 9. And then I'm closing out the function and returning z. What is z equal to? After everything's said and done.
The length of input string.
What is z equal to? No.
It's one of those two numbers, but you need to understand why.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to talk it out. So function, we have a function down here within this function. When this whole function is called, we're passing z. Whenever we call this function, I'm guessing this is just a named function, right? It's not anonymous or anything. Oh, it doesn't even matter. You're passing z.
Yeah,
you're passing z into here, and then z is now equal to x. Whatever x is 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So x is, let me just write a comment there. X is equal to 8. Whatever. I'll just do that. Okay, so now we have z. So x is equal to 8. So then we have another function from there. But nothing is being passed within here. But does that mean does this value come down to here? That's the big question. So does that mean does this value so x is equal to y. So what's y? Y is 9. But I don't think you can reassign like that. Yeah, honestly, if I honestly would have to guess, I think it would come back as null, honestly. But what's the real answer?
8.
It's 8?
Yeah. 9 is getting set up within your closure. That number will not move out of it unless otherwise declared that z is a variable up here.
So
Z is being created right here.
walk me through this again. So we have a function here, right?
Yeah.
So we have z,
which is just now being called upon and created.
Okay, so z, and now we're assigning z to 8.
Correct.
So now z is equal to 8.
Correct.
So we come down to here, and this other function gets called automatically because it's an anonymous function, and then we have 8 is equal to y, and then y. So we're now reassigning the value of z, which is 8, to whatever y is, right?
Inside that function.
Yeah. So what would y be?
It's still 9. Y is not getting changed at all.
So that means, wait, z is equal to 8?
Yeah. Nothing. This is not returning the value within the anonymous function because the anonymous function is within the closure.
Oh my god. I didn't even see that.
Y is greater than 0.
So yeah, this is outside of this function. Oh, I'm stupid.
Input string.
Yeah. You're not stupid. I'm
No,
just
no, I
saying,
knew
yeah,
that.
you understand that.
I knew that, but I was overthinking because you're returning outside. Okay, I got you.
Dude.
Are you good, man? You don't have to finish it if you don't want to.
I mean, do you see what I have so far? Do you see what I'm trying to do?
Do you know how to set up an object?
Something went wrong when executing the solution program.
Do you want to look at it? Yeah, so basically I was just trying to like loop through, I guess, like each character of the original string. Basically I just took the length of the, why did I even say input? I should just say original string, but whatever, same difference.
It's saying you're out of range.
Yeah, how is that
outside
in
the
range?
bounds of the array. I miss
Isn't it, that's
I
talking about
is
this array here,
greater
right?
than.
Or it's talking about this.
You're doing
Yeah.
I minus minus.
Yeah.
Right, because I'm setting the I originally to the whole length, and I'm trying to subtract each iterate or each loop. I'm trying to subtract one,
Oh, you're doing it that way.
and then
It's usually I. Is
while
less than. Okay.
I is greater than 0, and then new string. I'm
Thomas
taking
is
my
all
new
yours.
string.
Help
I'm
with the
adding that character. I don't know if that's actually that might not be the right. Actually, I might want to do index of or something like that. Hold on. Wait, what's going on? Oh, same thing. I think, whoops, this part here, something wrong with this. I'm not doing that right. Because this isn't actually an array, this is a string. And I'm treating it like it's an array. Remember how you do this? Is it like
See,
index of? I'm just going to try this. I don't know what
Index
the
of.
fuck's going on.
basically tells you like
I don't remember.
if something exists or not.
Yeah. Oh wait, it's not index of. It's that'll actually return an integer of where that character is. But
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want
If it
to actually
exists.
to return the character of the specified index. How the
Yeah.
fuck do I do that?
Look it up, Google it.
I don't remember.
Return the character. Couldn't you grab each character and form them into a new string? Because that's what.
That's
I
what
would
I'm
do.
trying to do. But return
Okay.
char.
Alright, you got
How
it,
am I
man.
gonna look this up? Return.
And did
char
you know how to
at
make an
index,
object
C
within
sharp.
JavaScript?
Like a constructor?
The
Here we
object.
go. Wait.
So if I were to ask you to make a prototype of dog.
That's
and
what I tried to
include-
do. That's what I tried to do
Actually,
right there.
It's been a while since I did this, so this might be kind of good.
You don't have to do it
I'll
on
just
the
do it, man.
whiteboard.
I'll just do it just because it's
Dude,
been
that's what I
such a
tried
long
to do.
time. Honestly. So I'll create a function and then I'll call it
Let's make the object something relatively like
hello
realistic.
car.
Let's do like a
Wait,
phone
I know
book,
what it is. I know what's wrong.
including
-1.
address, name, and phone number.
I got a -1. No, because when you're talking about indexes, 0 is usually the first character, right? It's not 1.
Yeah, it's always 0.
Yeah.
So I had
It
to
depends on
subtract.
the
I had to
language,
subtract
but-
1. Because of that, I had to subtract 1 from the length. From the original length it's being set because it's 1
Okay,
extra. No, I think that's it.
I get it, dude.
Oh, you got 4 out of 10. So see the ones that you got wrong. That should be true. And we turn.
How's it false? How's it false? Does it tell me what's actually being output? It doesn't.
Yeah. This is.
Oh, it says empty. Console output empty.
I think. Yeah, I think that's where you're getting.
Wait, what? Output is false. Expected output is true. Console output. What does that mean? Like the actual.
Check-
I don't know
check
what
one that's
console
actually
output really
right.
means.
Like that green one. Yeah, so this is what you're bringing back, and that's what.
Wow.
I thought I saw that it was said we were live.
Are you drinking too? Yeah. He's doing something in C sharp. But
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Phone book.
you don't have to do it if you don't want to, man.
No, I mean I basically have it.
Do you
I
want
feel
me
like
to-
I just don't know. There's.
Do you want me to show
hold on.
you? No, never mind. You got it. Just talk through it. You'll get it.
Hey, Andy.
Okay,
Phone
so phone book.
You want to make a usable object that you can declare new new branches of the object. So like, we can
Yeah,
make
I
as many of that.
I forget. I honestly almost forget how to do
If I make
this.
this greater than or equal to 0.
So I forget what actually goes in the constructor. I know isn't it a this or whatever? Like, so are we doing address?
All right, I did it. They all passed.
Good job, man. Good job, dude.
Yeah,
You
simple
be sure you-
task. That's a simple one, though, right?
Dude, that's one of the easiest ones.
Yeah, right.
But that's what I'm saying. If you can do this, man.
Dude, that took
Hold
so
on.
much longer than it should have, though. I feel like.
Can you do Fizz Buzz?
Yeah. Come on, man.
That's one that.
Come on,
Jason,
man.
can you do the Fizz Buzz?
What is that?
Preferably using modulus. It's
It's like basically like whenever it displays like even number, this log out fizz. If it displays like a 5, log out like buzz.
It's 3 for Fizz, 5 for Buzz, and whenever it's something that they can
Modulus
multiply
is
into,
like what's like the remainder of like a Okay, I can maybe try
That's
that.
actually a very common interview
Yeah, I could
question.
try that.
But this is all it is in JavaScript. Because
Did you
there's
erase my semicolon at the end of return false? I think you did.
oh wait, did you do this?
Or no, that's not even my code.
No, this is my code. Look how
Holy
clean.
shit, you're fucked up.
He's missing a semicolon now, isn't he?
This is your code. 16 lines of code? I remember my first time programming.
Shut the fuck up.
8 lines of code?
Oh, wow, I
8
can
lines-
erase a couple curly braces
8
and
lines
make
of fucking
I don't
code?
know.
What?
Alright.
Nah, but FizzBuzz, this one probably has it somewhere. But I mean, you're probably all pooped out. It was a lot of work. Was it? Dude, no. Honestly, this stuff. Dude.
I'm not on point right now.
No, I'm just saying. But this stuff gets really hard. That's why I practice them every single day. Like, but
That's good stuff to practice.
Oh
on,
yeah,
figure.
dude.
Show me. I want to watch you do one. Do
Alright.
something.
I'll try something.
Something new though. Something you haven't
This is
done
I've
yet.
never done this before. It's gonna be a hard one. Fuck.
I can't see everything from here. I'm
Okay, I'm doing this in JavaScript, and it's basically saying, below we will define an intersecting polygon.
Interesting. They misspell
Interesting polygon. It is interesting. Your task is to find the area of a polygon for a given n. Interesting polygon is just a square with a side of length 1. Obtained by taking n minus 1 interesting polygon append. Interesting polygons below. So n is equal to 2. The output should be 5. 3, 4, 5. So n is equal to 3. The output should be 13. Alright, man. Is that a challenge? This is actually going to be hard, though. This is going to be really hard.
This is gonna take you a while. This would take me a little while to do, definitely. Like, I'd definitely be doing Google searches on this.
Well, the first thing, whenever I do this, I always write it out. And it's like, you try to find a pattern, right? So, we have n is equal to 1. N is equal to 1. So, we have 1 block. Right? So then we have n is equal to 2.
You gotta have like, you're starting from the
And
middle.
then you should have 5.
And
Then we have 5 blocks.
And then 3.
Yeah, exactly.
3 should have 13. I want to read this.
so you
again.
start from the
Below,
middle and you branch out.
we will. Why is it cut
Yeah.
off on the left side?
It's
I
just
don't
like finding an algorithm
know.
for this. So
Interesting
n
polygon.
is equal to 3. So we have
Task is
1.
to find the area of a polygon. We're given it. Okay.
How's this work? The fuck? I don't even know if I'm going the right way. Oh yeah, 5, 3, 2, 5, 8, 9. 9 plus 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Okay, how do they get to that point? Fuck, dude. Okay.
How did they get there? It's because like, that's a 1. You count 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's how you have 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's why n is 3.
Okay.
But these also have to be, I guess these also have to grow on the other side, but they can never be equal to that last one. Like they always have to be one behind. So the next one would have to be.
So what would be the algorithm for that?
Let's see. I'm going to try and figure out what n. I'm curious. N if n is 4, then that means you need 1,
Okay.
2.
Kind of wish I had my laptop and vape with me right now so I could join in on doing these. This one looks fun.
This is actually
Oh, I
not
screwed
gonna
that
be
up.
fun.
I could definitely draw this shape using JavaScript.
Oh yeah.
Using an
definitely.
algorithm, but I don't know if I can like
It's basically
reverse engineer it right here.
yeah. So n. So they give us n, and that's the polygon square n. So with the given number, so if we get 3, if they pass in 3, then we should get 15 back, or 13. So how's that?
I
how
am
we
terrible at drawing. That's pretty much what it would look like if n was 4. Oh,
4.
you already put a 4 there.
Oh no, it was. It's
Oh,
the
I didn't
example.
know the 4 was there.
It's the example. So if
4
that's
times 5 is 20.
3.
Wait, I screwed it up. I screwed something up. What did I screw up? This shouldn't be here?
Oh, you should have another 3. Yes, you should have another 3 up top. Alright.
Oh! That's what I did wrong.
I feel like each and every
Dude,
layer,
this is ridiculous.
each and every layer. Okay, so we have 3, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, and they add that. No, that wouldn't make sense. So this is
Look
1,
at
2,
the side.
3,
It's like
4.
1, then you
Yeah.
have 1, 2, then you have 1, 2, 3, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Just look at like the side. Like, you see what I'm saying?
I was
Yeah.
counting from the middle
like-
square.
But like, look.
What the
okay,
fuck is
so
that?
this
1,
is
2,
4.
How
3,
would you-
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pythagorean theorem.
Hmm?
That's how you can do it. Pythagorean theorem: a squared plus b squared equals c squared. If you have 2 blocks on the side, it's not coming out to a perfect triangle, but I'm pretty sure, like, I'm trying to work it out in my head right now.
But what exactly are you trying
So-
to do now?
So basically,
If you have 4.
so we get this number, right? So if we get 3, we have to return the total number of blocks. So since this is 2,
you're just gonna return the number of blocks. It's just an integer, just how many blocks.
yeah, exactly. So we're getting 4 here, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the last 3. That looks like that's in common. But 1, 2, plus the last 1. So that's the middle piece. So maybe if I keep subtracting 1 each time, I could try that.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I mean, just
So
looking at you know how to get 5 and it equals 5.
So let's say I get n, right? So let's just say n is equal to 5. N is equal to 5. So I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this. N is equal to
I like doing this for some reason.
no.
Andy made fun of my skills with a eraser board chain.
My skills are not that great either.
Is equal to n plus. This is gonna be really sloppy, but
I don't even know how to even approach this, to be honest.
no.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I just want to scroll up over here.
Oh, wait.
I did not make that even.
Yeah. N minus 1.
1,
And
2, 3,
4.
4, 5.
4 is equal to n minus 1.
Oh wait.
So
no,
then we
that's-
have-
Yeah. No.
So
Wait.
I'm gonna do this one
There,
after.
I screwed that up.
So n
Area.
One, two, three,
center is equal to n
5.
plus before. So now we have the center, so that would be, so if n is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Why is the left of the screen cut off? Like, why is it like that? It's not like that on your, but it's like on the TV. It's not like on the monitor.
Different resolutions.
Yeah, actually, hold on. Yeah, okay. Whoops.
5.
hey, someone came on and they left. Oh, they were on for a while. Holy shit.
2.
How long?
From
There were 2 viewers. it
12:30 to 12:40, so 10 minutes.
says. Holy
I wonder
shit.
what we were doing at that time, but it's whatever.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Just scroll back up to the top.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm completely missing.
Alright, but let me
misreading,
find
like, the
an
actual
interesting
question.
polygon.
3, 4.
Find the
So
area
we have
of the
4.
polygon.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So area is like length times width, right? Your task is to find the area of a polygon. Hold on, let's scroll back up. Yeah.
Wait,
Given
1,
n,
2,
okay,
3,
one
4,
interesting
5,
polygon
6,
is just the square
7.
with the side length of 1. An interesting polygon is obtained by taking the n.
One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
So that'd be
So now this is equal to 3. Let's say, just
1,
assume.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 4, 5, 9, 12.
Why is that doing that? I'm gonna assume n is equal to 4. And this is going to be 4 is equal to 3. So this center is going to
41.
be equal.
Dude, this shit is like way over my head right now, man.
Now it is,
If I
but
did this right, this would be 41.
hold on.
I do nothing with that stuff. I do not understand. I just looked at that as a math equation in a pattern form.
That's
and I was
basically
just
what
like,
it is.
I mean, it's half the problem. I mean, it's
Yeah, that's basically what
once
it
you
is.
figure that out, all it is converting that into code. But
Yeah, which isn't.
we could, that's like the first step is to actually figure out the math part of it.
That should n equals 5 would be 41, I think, if I did that right.
So they're subtracting 1 each time. 1, 1, 1. Yeah, no, that should be right.
I'm just a bad drawer.
45. So 4, 3, 5. How are they doing that? Looks like they're subtracting 1 each time, and they're adding to it. Okay, so I'm gonna do var total is equal to 0. 3, 4. I think I'm gonna do a while loop. So while center is greater than 1, because it gets down to 1 here, while center is greater
Can
than
you
1.
scroll down on the left again? Okay, yeah.
Down here?
Yeah.
So while center is greater than 1, then I want to total plus equal center total and then center minus minus. So 7. I just want to see what this gives me. Return total. I'm just curious. Expected output 14. Okay.
Shane, how many blocks is n equal to 4?
How many blocks is n equal to 4? Oh. I am not sure of any easy way to do it other than counting the
25. I think I just
I
counted
was gonna say, my head, the equation I made is getting 24 out of it, but I didn't actually count them yet. I'm having trouble counting them with my tiredness in from here.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 25. I counted like 3 times 25.
7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
But what made it easy for you to think 25, Tom?
But how can you turn that into an equation? That's the question. Like how, you know what I mean? How do you do that? I mean, we can see visually like what's going on. Like if you,
Yeah, we can predict what's gonna happen next. But
like I said before, you have
So
like
think about that. So we're giving
1,
n.
2, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. But like we can see that visually. How does that turn into an equation? I don't understand. Like
So
how the hell does that work?
my equation is working, but I'm having trouble thinking of how to like describe it by number. So it's always plus 1. So plus 1 would be part of the equation. Now you have 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4 times, then minus a section by 4. I mean, minus a section by 3.
3, 4.
Would that work on this one? On 2 and 1?
Yeah, it does. That's how you're getting 5 here, and that's how you're getting, let's see, 3 times, 3, 2, 5, you do it 3 times, then minus 2. So, 15 minus 2, 13, 14. Is that correct?
It's 13.
it says it's 13
Yeah.
right there.
It
It
says
gives
it's
it 2
13.
and 3.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go over my math again, make sure
What's
my
under
equation
input
flows.
output? Is this
5.
anything helpful?
5 times 3
here?
minus 2.
What does it say under? No, on the left side under input
But-
output. Does it say? What does it show under there? Anything?
It always shares this, but I never really know what this means.
But always
10
has
minus
the
4.
plus.
It's just the end should fall between
Let's
them
see.
too. But that's
Going
So
from
for 4, so 7 times 4 is 21. How did I?
Going from N1 to N2, it just adds 1 to each up, down, left, right. And then when it goes from N2 to N3, it does that again, but obviously it adds more. It's because you're always adding 1 less.
Can you like cheat on these things and just like say, give me the solution? I mean, like.
After you finish it, you can look at other people's solution, but you can't look at the solution. It won't let you.
How many was it? 4 again, Shane?
41. Oh, no, that sorry, I'm thinking of 5. 41 was 5. 4 was 25.
7 times 4, 20.
I just want to see what that gives me. It's not
Go
gonna
from
work.
1 to 5 to 13 to 25. Let me see this for a second. Go from 1 to 5 to 13 to 25 to 41, if I counted that correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're adding by 4 every time. You're adding 4 more every time.
That's not true for 13 to 25 or 25 to 40.
Really? Damn it. Wait.
Okay. I see where you're going with this.
So 25 plus 16 would be 41. Yeah, you're adding.
Hold on, I can't.
So you're looking for n multiplied by 4. Minus that's why they said n minus 1.
Isn't that what I did though? N minus 1.
Yeah, but for like n is equal to 2, n minus 1, so n is now equal to 1, multiply that by 4, add them together, you got 5. Then you can do it again on 3. Yep, makes sense.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Not saying
Shit.
n. N should not be the variable we're looking at. There's the other variable. N is equal to 3.
So this is 1, 2, 3,
But every
4,
single
5.
time it goes up, you're
Right.
adding another multiplication
So
of
this
4.
is your ends up here. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4,
Correct.
5, and those should be your return values for each.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
Because you're multiplying by the 4 by 4 for both sides
Right,
on
so
each time around.
convert that into a simple algorithm. You would do what? So it would be like, how would you convert that again? Yeah. Can you write out? Just write your algorithm in your.
Okay.
Yeah. Just write it.
So. Is it n equals 0 or n equals 1 on the first one? Okay.
N equals.
So n equals 1. We should actually just make this into a
That
variable.
would just be 1. Maybe start with 2 or no. I guess that'll work. I don't know. So. Dude, this is hard, dude. Holy
It is.
shit.
I feel like I'm looking at it the wrong way right now by using.
So
the
I know.
equals.
You're
We can see
multiplying
it
it by
in front of
4?
us. No, we're adding. You're just adding.
See, 1
adding.
plus 4 equals 5. 5 plus 8 equals 13. 13 plus 12 equals 25. 25 plus 16 equals 41.
Okay, 4n.
So for every 1 you add 4.
Yeah.
For every n you add.
Yeah. You add 4.
So yeah.
4n
So it's like
plus 1.
would that be like multiplication then?
Would it be?
Yeah, n times 4 or something like that. Because like 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 4 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16. Something like that. Right.
The previous value needs to be in this.
I'd probably what I put there probably looks too vague and might confuse. Like if
The
you
tops
just
are
put,
the ends. That's the end.
Yes, the tops are the ends. Well, yeah. Probably should have put more detail there. I probably should have just put more detail there.
Yeah, we all just forgot what the
you're
other
right.
The only one I can't figure out for is the first value.
Man.
Like how the first value comes to be.
Yeah, I don't understand where the first value is coming from.
That's just the input value.
Because-
Yeah, but we're starting
there-
with
N
n
one
being
has
equal to
one-
1.
Yeah.
N equals 1
Okay.
because there's 1 square. And 2 equals 5 because there's 5 squares.
Yeah.
And 3 equals 13.
Okay, so we're always going to have the plus 1, right? Plus 1? No, that's just
You're you're just adding
Just
4
adding
every
the
time.
4, okay.
Adding 4 every time. Adding 4 more than the previous addition.
Okay, so we'll start with the basis of 4. How does that 1 come about with n being equal to 1?
Because there was 1
Right,
square.
right. I see what you're saying.
Like how does it originate?
How do you return 1?
All of these other values
1
make
should
perfect
return
sense.
1. Yeah.
I see what you mean. Because it would make more sense for n to equal 0 in this equation. Because you're constant. Or actually, no, it wouldn't. Because then because n2 would equal 4 instead of 5. So how does n1 equal 1? Is there some sort of subtraction in
I'm
there
trying
as
to think
well?
of how to turn it into an equation so I can write
Yeah,
the code.
that's a thing.
There must be some form of a subtraction. n1.
Okay, that wouldn't make sense because that would come out to 0 still.
Yes, you're right. That is weird. How does n1 come to be? If all the
It
other
makes
answers
sense for
would
2
delete it.
because then you would have 4.
Exactly.
Oh my god. So minus 1, so 0, that would equal to 1. Okay, so 5's n2 being 5. That would be 4 plus 1. 3. So,
Minus
that'd
1 is
be-
2, that'd be 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1, 9.
yeah. That's where it fucks up. God damn it.
I wish you had more than one marker, so like multiple people could draw.
I do.
Yeah.
It's in my room.
Maybe a bigger whiteboard too.
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't even know code.
Well, it's just like all math. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
this
I like math.
This
I like
portion's
patterns.
all like math, honestly.
If you know how
The
to do
code
algorithms,
part's, like,
then-
easy.
Yeah.
I was just getting a
Part is
brief,
fucking-
like just before I came down here, I just watched a video on an easy way to do square roots.
Really?
Like you can do square roots in like 3 seconds, and I figured it out. Like it made sense to me.
Is 4 plus.
I'm pretty sure this is the rate start to this because it's the only way we can get it going equally up.
Okay.
But we need to figure out where the 4 is coming from.
When you're looking
Why
at
don't
this
you-
n here, that
why don't
just
you
means
start with
1,
0?
right? So
What if you start with
n minus
0?
1.
Like,
If-
think of it that way. What if you start with 0, and then I don't know, man.
Just try to build there, man. Try it, man.
Just let me think of it in my head. I don't know.
This is
How would that work out? N minus 1. Okay, 0 plus 1n. So whether n would be equal to 2.
wow. It's like trying to understand the beginning of time. There is no beginning.
So n minus 1, so you have 3, that's 2. What are you supposed to do?
Let me see this for a second. It might help us think.
What is that?
Because look, to get 1 and 0 is 1. To get 2, 5 and 4 would be what? 13. And then to get 3, I mean, fucking, I don't know, dude.
Okay.
I was just trying to add another.
Oh,
perspective
you
there.
put the zeros. I see. Because n
I don't know
n
if the top
0
2 zeros are
N-
necessary, but
n 0 equal what? N's equal.
Okay, n minus 1 has to be done for this first one to make sense.
n1.
So n minus 1. And we know there's a 4 somewhere involved in here.
N minus 1.
should be 1.
Uh,
So that means n must be 2? I don't fucking know.
Where's the 4 come into play?
do this when we're sober? Or when I'm sober?
I think it's still gonna be hard.
I mean, at least I
Well-
can think straight. I can't even like.
Actually, there's something weird about this, guys. Because n doesn't equal 1 in every single one of these problems. In the first one, n equals 1. And the second one, n equals 2. And, so n doesn't always... Oh, wait. Maybe I was just a little bit behind because I was a little bit drunk. So n doesn't always equal
Are you drunk
1.
too?
Dude, he was just drinking out
Oh,
of a
shit.
bottle of something.
It was fermented liquor wine. Okay, so I was not thinking right about n for a moment. N, okay. If it's n2, then this has to equal 2 minus 1 minus 1 times
Dude, this is like insane.
4
Yeah,
n.
this is hard. I need to figure this out because
Going back to
this is gonna bother me too.
1 minus 1.
Can I get a piece of paper? Do you have an extra pen?
Here.
If you have them like that, do you have to multiply? But
So,
no. Wait. You subtract that first, and then you multiply these two.
Yeah.
So that, for 1, that would be 0. That would be 0. That would just be 0. So that can't actually work.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to work this out.
There.
Can I have a piece of paper? Do you have an extra piece of paper and pen?
Extra pen? I don't think so.
you could hold on. You could just.
There can't be multiplication involved if that is the case, and assuming there is subtraction in there.
Is that all you need? Can you see that?
There has to be some form of subtraction. At least it seems that way.
This is equal to 3. And this is now equal to...
Those zeros are starting to confuse me. Can you erase them for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
Oh, minus 2.
You're constantly adding 4. Except for the first one, you only add 1.
That's what I'm saying. The n has to be subtracted by 1.
That's being that.
But in order to do that, the next part of the formula can't be multiplication.
N minus 1 multiplied by 4n plus 1. That makes sense.
I thought you already
I'm pretty
did
sure
that.
I got it.
thought you already did that though.
Not exactly this way though. So n has to be minus 1 before anything else happens.
So, okay, so it's 0 right as it is. And then you multiply, which would still be 0, and then you plus 1. Of course, that makes sense for the first one. So,
Then 4n, these two multiply together.
Okay.
And plus 1.
so for this one, n would equal 2.
Yeah, n would equal 2.
And you would still minus 1. Or would you minus 2 this time?
You'd still only minus 1.
Still only minus 1? And
So,
that would become 1.
1.
1 times 4. Oh, there you go. There you go. Wait, no, because 4n is 2 times 4. And that's 8. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 1 is 10. That can't be right.
Yeah, I can.
How?
But I overcomplicated it.
You're adding. You're
But this needs to be separate. So
What? Alright, so let's.
4 multiplied by n minus 1 plus 1.
So this would become Okay. So, okay, 2. It's 1 times 4. There you go. That is it. They got it. Or he got it.
Hold on. I don't think it adds up for 4 though.
Doesn't add up for 4? Let's see. So, 3, 12.
I'm getting 13
Oh.
for 4.
Wait.
Yeah, it trips up at 4 again.
Trips up at 4. So, but why? You're on to something. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13. Wait. But that adds up to 13, which is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. It's tripped up at 3 because 3 minus 1 is 2
Yeah, you're right.
times 4 is 8 plus 1 is
God damn it, fuck. Dude, this is just like brain
And I
fucking.
feel like this was a different way of
This
doing
is
one of
brain
those math
fucking
problems you had
weird.
already did, one of the formulas you had already tried doing, because.
But it makes sense for n to be minus 1. And then somehow adding the 4.
Does it make sense?
If it doesn't, then I've been thinking about this all along.
Because you're minusing 1 here, but technically.
If I increase the equation a bit to get the 12.
I think there's some. I think you're right,
So
but.
n minus 1 times n. N minus 1 times n, so 3 times.
I think there's something that's missing because if you look, you see, you're thinking about the minus 1. Is that because there's always 1 less square right here? But then there's always 1 less square right here, which is technically 2 less squares from that length.
I'm trying to find a pen.
No, I'm trying to find my notebook.
Oh. Jason has it.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Shit, yeah.
I thought that was another one. It's no worry. I was just trying to figure out the math. Are you coming up with any good solutions?
So I'm basically just trying to break it down into simple equations for each
I think you were close.
like 15. No, where the hell am I going? That should be 5. What the hell am I doing? 5, 13,
So I'm getting
25,
5, 8, 9.
41.
So 3, 4. How do I do that?
Can we track the before number? I mean, we can in the code. We can use that in our equation.
That's what I'm doing in the code right now. So I'm doing like a while loop. And I'm getting 5, 8, 9, which is basically this top half right here. 5, 8, 9. But I'm trying to figure out how I would get the bottom half. 3, 1. So the before, so I pass in 3, and then I get the before number, which is 2, and then the center is the before
We can
plus
track
the
the last
end.
number.
We can what?
We can track the last number. That's not against the rules.
Track?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, we can save the last number in a, like, a different variable if we have to. So, for example, this number here is always going to be equal to x, which will change every single time the loop re-goes. So now we have this number saved. But x has no value at the beginning, which is fine.
Okay.
So we can start x with being equal to 1. And we do n for n, because 4 times 4n minus 1. 4n minus 1 plus x.
That must be like 1, 2, 3.
So, for example, we go to 13. The last number tracked was 5. So x is equal to 5 if we do 13. So 4n minus 1, 3 times 4, 12, minus 1,
3, 4, 5, 10.
minus, I just got sidetracked, and plus x.
Wait, you were saying n was equal to 5?
No, x is.
Oh, x is. Then why do you have x equals to 1 right there?
That would be
Minus
the
1.
beginning of the code.
Minus 1 times.
This changes every single time the loop would go through.
Minus 1 times.
X is equal to 5 in that situation. So 4 and
2 minus 1.
4. I want to do the subtraction before I do the.
N minus 1 times 4. That would give you the like half of the equation, right?
n minus 1.
Like look.
I got it. It works out all the way across.
What is it?
4
N minus 1 times
multiplied
4.
by n minus 1 plus x. X
Plus
is the last number.
Yeah.
It's the last number?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, for example, if we were trying to do
Also,
n4, the last number was 13. Let's just do this for a test run. So, the number is 13 for x. 4n would be, okay, 3, 12,
25.
25. And then if we go to the next one, x is now equal to 25. N minus 1, which would put you at 4, 16 plus 25.
Yep.
Okay.
The keeping track of the last number was a part of the equation we were missing.
4 times.
Yeah.
I got as far as the n minus 1 times 4. I just didn't get to the point, the plus x yet. But I was like getting on to it. I was
gonna say something
I was
else
like,
needed to
wait.
constantly change the formula because we kept
Exactly.
giving off.
And that's what, at first we were all trying to think of it as a regular math problem, not
This is-
something that was fluid.
I don't know. So like I was thinking basically n minus 1 times 4. So okay. So these are your n's. So it's like it's hard to explain. I don't know how I was thinking about that, but basically
Wait, what is x equal again?
X is equal to the last number, which can start at the value of 1. Because the first one will equal to 4 times 0, which is 0 plus 1.
So let's say n is equal to 3, x is equal to 2.
Hmm?
Like if n is equal to
If
3,
n is equal to 3, then x would be 5.
x would be 5.
Yeah, it's the last number that was output by n.
Yeah.
Not n itself, the number it outputted.
So if n equals 1, then x should be 0, right? Or
It can. No, it needs to be 1.
wait, it does? Wait.
X is starting
1 minus
as 1.
1. Oh yeah, it has to be. It has to start out as 1.
So n is
Okay. Alright.
2.
X is starting off at 1. And
then
by
it
the
just
time you
works
get to
its
part 2, it's automatically working. Because on 2, x is now again equal to 1. 4 times 1 plus 1 is 5. And then you take that 5, x is equal to 5 now. 3 minus 1 is 2. Multiply that by 4. Yeah, 13.
I just weren't sure how you got this column of numbers because I figured out the n minus 1 times 4, so you'd have like n, which is like the 1 minus 1, which is 0, times 4, which is 0.
So
N minus 2 times 4, which is 4. N minus 1 times 4, which is 8. I just didn't know how, like, that column, but yeah, you just add the x.
the reason why x
From the
has to
previous-
equal 1 in the first one is it because it can't be nothing. Like it has to have something there.
It could be
I
nothing,
don't know how
but
to
if
turn
you
that into
start it
code.
off
What?
as
I don't
nothing,
even know how to turn that into code though.
n minus 1 would equal to 0, and then 4 times
The
0 is
equation's
0,
right
then
there.
plus is nothing.
Equation's
So it
literally
has
right
to
there.
start off as 1 for it to work.
Equation's right there.
Yeah, but x is the last number, right?
So x is
would
allowed
be-
to equal
x
the
would
same
be
thing in the
5, right?
first two.
You just save the previous variable, then multiply, add it.
Save the previous variable.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
temporary variable.
So you have n, which is going up by increments of 1, and x, which is going by saving the last value that n outputted. So it'll be, for example, n minus 1 is equal to x, and then next one you do that.
I think in case if they don't understand, or in case of Andy
Yeah,
still,
good.
we can just say, we're gonna, instead of putting the letters there, we're gonna actually put the numbers. N is equal to 2. Then you get the minus 1. And x, the previous output, was 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1, times 4 is 4. And then plus 1, sorry, I forgot to put that there.
That's 5.
Plus 1 is 5.
And
And then the
go
next
to
number,
one,
x
4.
is now equal to 5,
Okay.
because that was the previous
Okay, yeah.
output.
Yep.
So that
So
means
you just put the plus 5 at the end.
you put
Yeah.
the
Plus 5.
plus 5. So you got the 2 times 4 is 8, plus 5 is 13.
13. So this is the answer to the previous
Yeah.
to this up here.
And you're just
You
saving
just keep
it
going down,
in your
and
loop.
these are your x's. So
Yeah, those are your
And it
N's.
will
That's
update
your
every
input.
single time it
That's-
runs.
that's
it.
your input.
Yeah.
That's your input variable there, the x's, and then that's the other variable from the previous answer. Yeah.
Good job, guys.
If you didn't give me that somewhat slip up about it not being able to remember the last number, I would have been able to remember, hey, wait, we can do that. We're working with the code.
See, I don't work with code,
So-
so
I wasn't thinking about how to say that last number at all, and then it's like, wait, that's a good point. We just need a last number.
You know JavaScript, right? That's pretty much.
Alright, so here, let me
Yeah, you
just
don't
let me
need
just get rid of
any
all this
before
real quick.
values there.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you have to put that formula in there. How do you do that? You just do you type it in as it is?
Alright.
Actually, this is the easy part if they can figure out JavaScript. It's
Yeah.
I mean, Jason doesn't know JavaScript, right?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, does he?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I know C. I'm sure I could probably
Previous
figure
needs
it
to
out.
start off as 1.
That's
Alright,
is
so-
that why x has to be 1?
Alright,
Yeah.
hold on.
Okay.
Previous
So-
is X in this example.
Alright, so we're gonna do, I don't know, whatever. Equals 4. Or no, should I do previous equals? Hold on. Let me just type this out first. 4. Okay, so
Total is equal to 4.
times the n.
You want to make sure you put stuff in parentheses. It is sensitive about that stuff.
Yeah, because without the parentheses, it won't do the
4
n
times
minus 1
n.
first.
Whoops, n minus 1. Oh, son of a bitch. Alright. Plus, okay, so this is when we do the plus the previous, right?
Correct.
Okay. So,
Ah.
But now previous needs to be equal to total right after that.
right. Okay, so previous wants to start out at 1. You sure with that?
Yes.
Okay, so this should work. Right here?
I mean, are
Or
you looping through it right now?
no.
Does it need to loop through it? I'm assuming this code needs to loop through it, but I don't know how many times. I don't know, just run it and see what it does.
Yeah, you know.
we
you know
we
how
did
to-
good figuring out the equation.
Oh fuck! 0 out of 4. Yeah,
You
bro.
have you have
That's syntax
a
error.
yeah.
2 out of 4.
Okay.
4 times. So wait, if we're inputting a 0, so that'd be like 4 times or 0 minus 1 would be negative 1. All right, something ain't right here.
It
How
needs,
does that make sense?
doesn't it need to loop?
No, wait, 1 minus 1 is 0 times 4 is 0 plus the previous, which is 1, so I'll return to 1 for the 1. Yeah, that's right. And then 2 minus 1 is 1 times 4 plus the 1, that's 5. Yeah, it should. Alright, so there must be something wrong with the syntax then, because the formula is right. So, alright.
You don't need to put the multiplication sign there, do you? Because that's in parentheses?
I mean,
In JavaScript, though.
yeah, you might have to. I mean, that shouldn't affect it any. I mean, that's not the problem.
If you don't have the parentheses, it's going to do 4 times n first.
I know, but like the parentheses.
I mean,
like how we do it.
that's
here,
irrelevant. though.
Okay.
multiplication,
Yeah, that
yeah.
doesn't matter.
That's irrelevant,
Okay, that doesn't
though.
matter. Okay.
No, yeah.
One thing I would do actually is wrap the 4 in a parenthesis and put another parenthesis after 1. That actually might make a difference in JavaScript.
Yeah, because you want to do that stuff before you add the previous.
Because I'm pretty sure sometimes JavaScript will skip the parentheses if...
Like that?
Yeah.
Doesn't total have to be assigned to a variable too? Like, doesn't this have to be a var?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Please say that wasn't it. Oh, my God. I'm pretty sure Andy's
Yeah,
right there.
yeah,
We
it
were
has to
both
be it.
overlooking that.
Same thing. I guess it didn't even care.
Do you need to put that in front of previous equals total as well, or no?
Can I sit down in front of the computer for a little bit and figure this out? I refuse to let this go unanswered now.
Because you took so long figuring out the math behind it. Now you're
I think our
Wait.
brains are so wrapped around the math now that the whole coding part
Wait,
is just...
you need to. Are you just testing the waters here? Output.
Wait, why is there 2 equals between the previous and total? There should just be 1 equal sign. Right? Because we're assigning previous to total.
That's correct,
He put that in as
Yeah.
a test drive. He just wanted to see if it'd do anything. The n equals 1 is right. Or the input thing is, that part's right. What is wrong?
Input N2. Okay, where is this? N3.
Do we want to loop? Is that the quick... Should we be looping or something?
I think we do need to loop
Yeah.
because it's testing it without possibly getting the previous value right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there must be. How do you loop?
How do we loop without accidentally making this into a Parma loop on this site?
The question is, how many times do we want to loop on each question? I mean, on each possible... Would it depend on n? Are we going to loop n number of times? Or I don't... God damn it. What the fuck is this shit? It shouldn't matter. Just think of it...
You need to make it so that it knows that the previous number is not always 1, right? Is that the problem?
How
Does it
would you
keep
know...
thinking it's always 1?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Right. Because what if you input like a 3 in there, and then it's going to start out with previous 1? No, it should be based on 2. If you're inputting 3, the previous should be based on if you inputted 2 before, right?
Let's see.
So I might be wrong, but like, is the previous always going to be like the total of the center?
Yeah, but right now it's not testing it that way. It's just starting with the number n.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right.
Because
but-
if the previous is always the total of the center, that's easy to get. That's just 4 plus minus 1, right?
Wait, the previous...
4 plus 3 is the center.
Right.
Wait, is it?
What do you mean plus center? I'm not understanding.
I thought previous
You have
is
the right
always
idea,
this.
but-
I thought previous was always these.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
It's the previous x. Or no, the previous x.
Wait.
The previous answer to the x minus 1. Like x minus 1, x minus 1. Previous. I don't know. Previous to the... So first of all, You want to do that same equation, -1,
you trying
and
to
do it
console log
again
it?
without the -1, and use that first answer as the previous. Does that make sense?
Tom, are you trying to log it out? Because I can show you an easy way to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have this open right here.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm trying. I want to create a for loop, but I want to make sure I don't screw it up because I don't want to accidentally create an infinite loop on their site. I don't know, like, if their site's that bad, but...
No, it won't do anything. It'll just make my computer run really hard. And the fan will start going.
Really?
Maybe it'll blow up.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
realize.
it must be all client side.
I thought this
then.
was just a practice thing. What?
It must do the process.
Well, no,
on the
if you ever
client
do an
side.
infinite loop anywhere, your laptop will just start screaming at you.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, it depends on if you do the processing on the server client side, but I'm guessing
Couldn't
it
you
do the
just
client
do
side.
this formula enough times so that? Can't you just do the formula 4 times? Because it only has 4 examples.
I don't want
You gotta do it
to
for any
reset it.
scenario of n they give you. It's just, the number of examples they give you is irrelevant. There's a,
Okay.
Okay, for
it has to
n.
be, it has to calculate no matter what n would be given. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
What is the problem?
I don't think a for loop is good for this.
The problem we're having is we're assigning previous to 1, but how do we know
only
the previous was 1? The previous one would have been 1. If we gave it an n of 4, the previous would have been 13, but we're assigning it to 1 for each scenario right now, right? We're assigning previous to 1. So what if the input's 4? It's not going to work because the previous should be 13 in that scenario.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what we got to figure out.
How do you make the previous go up every time like it should?
It's like, should it be like a 2-step sort of equation? Like, maybe you should calculate for, let's say 4 is the input. Maybe you should calculate for 3 first and get that answer, then input that as the previous, and then calculate for 4.
Would that teach?
So do n-1 at the beginning and calculate for that number, and then set that as your previous, and then calculate for the actual n. Does that make sense? Do you see, Tom? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I did not listen to a
So,
single
like,
word you just
All
said.
right. So like for every scenario right now, see we're doing previous equals 1. That would only work if we were solving for 2. But let's say we're solving for 4. The previous should really be 13. So it would fail when you're trying to solve for 4 because we're setting previous to 1 now, but it should be 13. So really we should do n-1 at the beginning.
See what happens?
We should do n-1 at the beginning, which would be 3. Solve
No.
for that, get 13, and then input that as the previous value.
Okay.
You got 0.
Did you hear? Or did you get any of that? I don't know. Well, I think I don't know. I might be on something. I don't know. Does that make sense? 'Cause
Say one more
look,
time. My bad. Say
Look,
one
all
more.
right. So right here we have previous equals 1, the very first line of code.
Yeah.
Previous equals 1, right?
Yeah.
That would only work if we were inputting 2 as an x.
Okay.
Because if we were inputting 2 as a, if we were solving for 2, 1 would be our previous value. Let's say we want to solve for 3, 5 should be our previous value. But since we're setting previous to 1,
So how do we get the previous value?
we gotta subtract 1 from x, solve for 2 first to get that value, and set it as the previous.
Subtract 1 from x. Will you say that one more time?
And when you
Do
say
you see
x,
what I'm saying?
when you say x, do you mean n or x?
Maybe
Like x,
I mean, we're
x is
confusing
x.
variables,
X here is previous.
Yeah.
N is these numbers.
Okay. All right, so the n's at the top.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we're setting the previous to 1 every time. The x, the previous value, we're setting to 1.
Yeah.
That's our first line of code. So that would only work if our n input value n is 2. If our input value of n is 3, and we're setting the previous value all the way over here to 1, it's not going to work. It should be 5.
Yeah.
So that should be a dynamic variable. We should solve for...
This doesn't know.
Yeah,
This
we can't.
with this
N minus
formula, it
1.
doesn't
That previous
know.
equals 1 at the top. That's wrong. Because we got to solve for the previous value first, sort of like subtract n Maybe you just
You have to put something in so that it understands what exactly it is.
I'm already working on that.
Okay.
So for right here, I'm trying to solve n is equal to I is equal to n, as long as I have a logic error right here. I should be equal to 0. Now this is going to have a different output. I just want to see what the output is. Okay. Now, you said you have that console log thing open, right?
Yeah. Let's delete all that.
In the first one, n and x both equal 1.
Okay.
You're going to have to call that function now. And then, yeah.
So you might just have to hit run, right?
Clear it,
definitely need some
and
sort of
I would
loop.
console log
need
like
some
this
sort of loop.
this right here.
Okay, so clear.
God, we thought we had this figured out. It just.
Well, wait a minute here. Because the previous is always plus 4. You're always adding 4 to the previous.
Yeah, can't forget about that.
Yeah. Is that something that would be useful? You're always adding 4 to previous. Like, if it knew that you're always adding 4 to previous, then you would probably be able to get it right. If you made a formula that suggested that previous always adds 4 to the next one, then it would probably work.
I don't know, man. I'm lost.
Does that make any sense? I don't know
Why do we
how.
always get into this, man? This happened last time. Because we were trying to solve another math equation, and we were on it till like 5 a.m.
Are you serious?
Yeah. This is something else, though.
Yeah, we weren't exactly doing code. We were just doing math problems.
Yeah. But I don't want to throw in another math problem on top of this
We
one.
definitely don't want to set previous to 1 for every
Yeah.
every input of n, right? Because if we input 4, the previous should be 13. How would we get 13 though? How would we set the previous value to 13 before we solve for 4? We'd have to solve for, we'd have to fucking get the previous of that.
Previous would be.
Or
Previous would be 1.
we'd have to solve previous out with that, and we'd have to see what's problem. We'd have to get this previous for that, which would be that. So you need some sort of loop to loop through back.
It would
to
always
1.
be 1 plus x equaling 4. So then 1 plus 2x equals 8. 1 plus 3x equals, like, the 3x would be 12. No. 1 plus, shit, how did I do this? 1 times, was it multiply? No. Well, no. How did I do this in my head? 1 plus, no. 1 plus x equaling 4, and then 1 plus 2x. You always just increase the x? I don't know if that's possible in that formula. So
I'm gonna try to.
every time it's like 1 plus x equaled 4. You do like 1 plus x, 1 plus 2x, 1 plus 3x, and so on. But I don't know how that works on that stuff.
I mean, if you can figure out an actual mathematical equation that would solve that for any input n, just think like functions, like, within math class, it's literally no different than a function within programming. It's almost written the same exact way, actually. It's just.
think. So if I looped it off,
The next previous is always.
if I loop it 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So if I do 4 var I is equal to 1, I is less than n, n plus plus. Center should loop 3 times.
Are you making I considered this number, Tom?
No.
Whenever you do a for loop, I will just be whatever you. Like he's making this loop X amount of times, so the amount of times it loops is as long as I is less than whatever this number is. So that's why he's doing that. But I think I might be on to something. I'm trying to think here. Okay, so we're looping twice here. 1, 2.
I was gonna say there's something really fucked up with my loop logic.
So minus 2.
Yeah, I think that the biggest problem right now is getting that previous value before we solve for n.
So center.
Yeah. It definitely.
Like you have to solve for n minus 1, and then solve for n minus 1, n minus 1. You have to keep looping that and solving for n minus 1 until n minus 1 equals what? 0 or 1? 1. So it would be like, you have to solve each, you have to like loop each time until you get back to n minus 1. So it's like, that 1 should actually be a variable within itself, and you gotta loop until that variable, let's call it x, equals to 1. So it's do like, basically, you're doing n minus x each time, okay? And you're subtracting 1 from x each time until x equals 1 within the loop. And you're solving for that every time within the loop.
So center minus 2, 3. 6.
See this real quick. Try to break this out.
Dude, we're such nerds. Just saying. Okay.
I have work in the morning.
Dude, that sucks. Oh man.
I is equal to 0, I is less than n, which means this will run at 2 again. It means
That
this
you
gets
rhymed
looped a second time.
That's 1 plus x, okay.
So this is equal to 2.
So this isn't going to work, but I'm going to run it just to see what the output is. It probably will work up to, it didn't work for 2. I might even bother try 3.
Why did it? How did it work? Not work for 2, but it worked for 3.
It didn't work for 3.
Oh, that was the answer for 4. Never mind. It's funny because you actually did that in mathematical form. You got those answers in math form like before we figured it out on over there. Actually, what is the reasoning for this?
I do want to try something.
I think a for loop is not the way to go. Like,
Can I try something after you're done with that?
yeah, go ahead, because my logic's really fucked up right now.
Okay. So I just won't mess up your thing. Okay. I'm gonna go back with my original idea. So what I did was var before is equal to n minus 1. Actually, let me just call it first down here. So we have shape area. I'm gonna console log shape area, and then pass in, let's say 3. Okay, so var center is equal to
Almost 2.
That's not that bad.
You
n
should really be in bed
plus
right now.
before.
Oh, fuck me.
Okay, daddy.
So this was equal to 2, and this is now equal to 5, which is the center. So 3, 4, 5, awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. Var I is equal to 0. I is less than n. I plus plus. Total is equal to center. So this is now equal to 5. So total is equal to total plus center. I know this seems crazy. Center is equal to center minus 2.
This is a lot of stuff.
Nope. Yeah, that's not right. It should be 13. Console.log. What's it going to each time?
Do we ever figure out how to get 1 with that equation? Because you have no previous value, right?
So
For like 1.
Previous equal to 1. As long as you're setting it outside the loop, it's getting reset inside the loop, so there's no issue there.
maybe.
The equals is after.
Oh yeah. No, that's not right either. That's definitely not right.
Wait. Why was it supposed to be 13? Why did you want it to be 13?
What's up?
Why did you want the answer over there to be 13?
Because that's the answer. 13.
For what?
For when you pass in 3.
No. It's supposed to be 5. The previous for 3 is 5.
No, for when you pass in n, it should be 13.
Hmm?
Because look, n equals 3, and then there's 13 blocks.
You're doing the previous though. Right?
Oh, no.
No? That's not how that's working? You're trying to say that
Hold on.
n3 equals 13, or you're trying to get the previous? Because I thought we were trying to get the previous. And then
Oh no, I was just trying something completely
Can I
off.
test something?
Yeah.
Well, you go back to the think tank.
Yeah.
If you were to put 4 in there, would the answer be 13? Just out of curiosity.
What?
If you were to put a 4 in there instead of a 3, would the answer be 13?
If I had a 4 to it, maybe.
No, if you replace the 3 with the 4 in your problem, would the answer be 13? I don't know. He kind of changed things up.
Oh yeah, that's something else.
I thought you guys were trying to loop the
Okay, so
the previous.
1725.
let's do it for 2.
Alright. This might sound crazy, but hold on. What if you started out just setting the previous for 1 and then just solving for n equals 1? Alright, and then you get that answer, you set that answer to the previous, and then you increment the n to 2 and solve for 2, and then set that as the previous, the answer to that the previous, and then you just keep incrementing n until you get to the n that they're actually inputting. So it would be a loop, and you would just increment n each time until it hits the input n that they're actually giving you. But the reason why you want to start at n equals 1, that way you can get the previous for each consecutive.
But would you only get the one side though?
What?
If you start, so you start at 1, right?
Yeah.
And you keep
N equals
incrementing
1.
until you get to the highest
n
amount.
each time. Let's say they input n as 5. You're going to start out as n equals 1. All right. Solve for that, and the answer is going to be 1. Set that as a previous, and you're going to increment n to 2. Solve for that.
Actually, that might work.
Do you see what I'm saying? Sort
Yeah,
of?
I got you.
No, do you want to try?
I got you.
I'll give it a shot, I guess. I don't know, man. This is ridiculous, but alright, so let's start out. Okay, so let's think ends. Okay, so previous. Would you want it to be? Yeah.
As individual.
No.
This is how many times it's going to loop.
Alright.
So
I'm
you're
just gonna call
starting
this.
at-
I'm just gonna call this n, just to make it easier. Well,
No, that's
I was gonna say n.
Oh,
I was just confused why you had. Wait, hold on. I was confused why you had an I there. Oh, okay. Okay, so you're using n as a completely different variable. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
is the
sure
increment,
my
okay.
logic fuck up is I is less than n, because that's where everything seems to be going wrong.
Yeah. Alright, so let's just start like this. N equals 1. Okay.
Why are you
And-
saying n equals 1? You're
Okay, you know what, let's
resetting
do
the value of
I.
n.
Let's
Yeah.
do I here,
Yeah.
right? N's the input. Okay. Okay, so I equals 1, and then as long as I is listen. Okay, so yeah, what you have there makes sense. I feel like what you were trying to do.
I
I
never
feel like
actually
that's the
tried
same.
it with 1.
Oh,
I was gonna say I always left I as 0, so let's run at 1 and just see what it does. I'm curious. I mean, fuck it.
where do you run? Oh,
Yeah, run and
it is. We're not
just
on
press-
the actual website now. We're
go
just
to the
Yeah, just
console
do
and
this.
press up.
Actually, it might be just easier if you do. Actually. Just
You don't
pass
need
in
to
whatever.
console.log it, dude. It's returning a total.
do like
Yeah, it's
do-
returning it, but you
make
have to
shape
console
area
log
like
this.
5, just or 4 or something. Make it. I don't
So you're
know.
getting 5.
Just so you were. Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah, but it doesn't work once you go past 5.
Well, it's
What do you mean, like if you go 3,
Yeah.
it's not gonna work? No. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's something fucked up
All right.
with my logic with the I less
All right.
than
Let me
n. It
try to
doesn't
take a
make
look at this.
sense.
I don't know. All right. So
The amount I'm looping at here, Andy, makes 0 sense at all. Because I starts at 0 and plus 1 equals 1 loop, which is fine. Plus 2 equals 2 loop. But why is the amount of loops less than n? That part of the logic makes no sense at all, and that's where the fuck up is here.
Let's go to 1. How many times do you want it to loop, or are you expecting it to loop here?
That's why I'm.
Yeah.
That's
alright,
where
so
the issue
you wanna
is,
solve
dude.
for fucking son of a bitch. Let me just.
And the total is adding the 1 to it, which it shouldn't be.
I'm not even gonna do any proper syntax here. I'm
Or
just
the
gonna type
previous
it
is, I
out
mean.
first, and then I'll worry about the syntax. Hold on. So.
Guys, I gotta go to bed.
All right.
Gotcha.
All right. Yeah, I'll
I'll
try
see
to.
you later.
Thanks.
Best
I'll
of
see
luck,
you.
boys.
Thanks.
If you don't figure it out, send it to me tomorrow, and I'll figure it out while I'm at work, Andy.
Alright, well.
I know this is not even syntax. It's just like typing out math equations, but I
Yeah.
just want to so I can visualize it first, and I'll convert it. But all right.
okay.
So yeah.
Andy,
What?
that first layer or that first line of code with the eyes.
what's going.
What-
Yeah, you
what
probably
is
don't
the-
understand that.
Yeah, what is the I?
All right, so
the
this is
input
this
plus
is a
plus.
variable. It's just assigning I to 1,
Yeah, and that says I is less
and
than
it's
n.
saying it's gonna loop while I is less than n, and it's
Okay.
incrementing I each time. Which
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
what are
that's
what
how
are those
it's supposed to
pluses
be.
there?
Yeah.
I'm seeing this
Are those
real quick.
pluses or multiple?
no wait,
Oh, yeah,
What are
there
those
you go.
there?
can I do my
Okay,
try this
so
first?
I,
Hold on.
I just
I-
means
I
plus,
just need to think.
I plus
I
plus
just need to
is
think. I
just
just need to
I
think.
plus 1. It's just like a shorter way of writing.
Okay.
So right here, how I'm doing like a bit. So I have the same thing here, right?
No, it should be minus
so
1, not
if
plus
I
1.
is equal to
Fuck.
0, and
Minus
this
1.
is equal to, let's just say
It's
3, right?
so
This is gonna go here once, and then it's gonna iterate one time. So now it's gonna, this is gonna equal to 1, goes again, iterates again, and then it goes again. And since 3 is not less than 3, it's not gonna go through the loop again. So that's what's going on there. Yeah. So that's what a for loop is basically. For loop. It'll loop based on, as long as this is false. Wait, I is less than 3 is true. Yeah, as long as this is true, it'll do it until this is false.
Dude, there's someone watching
What?
right now.
Is
So wait,
Yeah.
I.
No, there's not.
Oh,
That's
it
us.
says 1. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone
but
was watching
I
for
equals 0. And I
a
is
minute.
always
Alright, hold on.
like-
It's
the
just-
plus is plus 1.
Yeah.
So you got the 0.
So
Plus
the
1.
initially it'll just go through, then add 1,
Okay.
and then do it again.
Right. Okay. That's actually starting to make sense.
Yeah.
So, over here, we've got if I is equal to 1 and is less than n.
And so basically,
And
n is equal to like shape area. They're
okay,
passing
that-
it 4. This
4.
is going on to here.
So it's going to loop
So now n.
3. It's going to
Yeah.
do it 3 times.
Yes. It's gonna-
Okay.
Yeah,
That's-
exactly.
Okay. Cool. But
Why is this not over? See, that's what I was trying to do here. I was trying to have it loop 3 times.
if you
or
put the
twice.
minuses there, wouldn't that just?
No, wait.
Well,
No,
it
yeah,
always-
you're right, because we
I
want to
would
start.
always be
We
less
want to
than-
start at 1. Wait, hold on. We want to start at 1. This is. Hold on. No, we want to. I equals 1. Okay, hold on. I got this. I equals 1. Okay, so. And then do it as long as I is less than n. And then we're going to increment I each time. Okay. So. And then this should be I actually right now. So. Because we're going to start out at 1 minus 1 is 0. Times. No. 1 minus 1 is 0 times 4 is 0 plus x. So okay, so yeah, that
what's
should
x?
be 1.
What's x?
That
equal
should
to?
be 1. That would be our x was our previous value, right?
Correct.
All right.
But how does it? Know
How do you
that x
start
is the
out?
previous value in here?
That's the thing. Like, how do we actually get 1 as our previous value for 1? Because we didn't actually have a previous. We just sort of made it
Wait,
up.
are you trying to have the previous value increment?
For
by
every
1?
number, it made sense. We used the previous, but except for 1, we sort of just said, okay, we're going to give it 1. But how did we come up with that? Hold on.
It needed to be a 1 because there was no previous.
All right, we're going to set this. This is going to be previous. Changes to previous. Okay. All right. That's good. And then. All right. So wait, no,
So then it
that
loops
makes
through
sense.
2 minus 1.
That makes sense. And then it's
Okay.
gonna, yep. Wait. Previous. And then we gotta set previous to whatever this would be. Let's make this a var. I don't know. What should I call it? Just x, I guess.
Yeah.
Or couldn't I just say previous here equals that? Yeah, let's do that. What am I doing? Yeah.
I would say maybe.
Yeah. No, this should work. I feel like this is gonna work. Maybe. I don't know.
So yeah, just get rid of that bottom part.
But once it's done, we get a return previous, and that should be our actual answer, the final previous. Okay, let's just go through this logically. All right. Let's say the input n is like 4, right? So the answer should be what? 25. All right. So we're gonna start out. We're gonna go down, and remember n is 4. So we're gonna go down. All right. So we're gonna loop, starting I equals 1. All right. We should loop how many times? We should loop
3 times.
3 times.
Oh wait, no. I is equal to 1, right? So 2. So 2.
The first loop.
That's only gonna loop twice.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do it less than or equal like that.
So that's gonna loop 3 times. Yeah. Because I is equal to 1 and n is equal to 4.
It can't be. It can't
So the
be
first
equal.
iteration is
You're
gonna
right.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First iteration will be 1. I equals 1, and then the second time would be I equals 2. And the third time.
3.
But the
equals
first
3.
one is not a loop because it's already there. So it only loops twice.
Yeah. If you do less than or equal to, then it's gonna be true.
In the end, we want
less
n.
than or- I see,
Yeah.
I see.
In the end, we want n to equal to what they're giving us, which is 4.
Okay.
So in the end, we want I equals to 4, basically. So the first iteration is gonna be 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So yeah, we would definitely want the equal. Okay, whatever. Let's just get past that for now. I feel like this might work. I don't know. Should we just try to run it and see
Yeah,
what
just
happens?
run it.
But how do we like print this out? Right here?
No, it's
That's gonna
here,
print
just,
it out.
Yeah, clear it here. Here, clear it here, and then run it. 4 is not a function. I'll do 4 times. I don't think you do it like that.
Oh yeah. All right.
Do
25.
3. Do 3. Whoa.
Hold on.
Wait, dude, you are about to.
Calm down. All right.
If this is 13, then you're the man.
Damn, bro. Oh shit.
Hold on.
Hold on. Calm down.
Let's see if this passes.
Oh my god. This is it, man. This is fucking it. This has to be it.
And we're returning previous.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Alright. Dude, we're gonna tell Tom we got it.
He's passed out. We'll tell him tomorrow.
Ah, dude. Fucking shit.
Good.
Dude, that only took me one time hitting test to
You
get
want
it.
to see the top
But
solution?
I had to like think about it a lot first.
Can't be a solution when the test is solved.
Alright, time to get fucking drunk. We can't do another problem now. Fuck this shit. I didn't even finish this one yet. Here, you can have this one.
Nah, I don't.
You
I
don't
drink
beer?
a whole lot of beer now.
This is the top solution.
The top solution, like
N times N plus. Holy shit.
He didn't do a loop.
Wait, what is that called? There's a name for that equation, I feel like. Doesn't that look familiar? N minus 1 times N minus 1. I feel like there's like a math term for that equation. I don't remember what it is.
I don't know.
It reminds me of something.
there's so many N's in that. How would they have figured that out?
C sharp.
It's just simplification. Like if you took my equation and simplified it as much as possible, you'd probably somehow end up with that.
This is how you do on C sharp.
But I mean, you could do it the way we did it in C sharp too, just change the syntax. But they simplified the actual equation mathematically.
Dude, it's crazy how like these guys will do it in one line of code.
Yeah.
But dude, good job, dude.
That's
I'm
like-
impressed.
That's like mathematician shit though, honestly. That's not even being a good
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. I probably never would have solved that. Honestly.
I might have, if I took days, and I came up with an answer, that would probably be like how I did it because I'm not a coder.
Can I hit that?
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I feel like super happy I fucking figured that out.
Okay, yeah. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching.